Hello and welcome. Good evening. This is Ask Profit only on NDTV Profit, and I'm your host Malika Mishra.
And I am Varsha Chandanani, and together we'll be taking up all your queries. Don't forget to call us on the numbers on your screen. You can also reach out to us on WhatsApp. Both the numbers are flashing your screen right now. Well, today we are gonna join by two guests. One is Manish Chaudhary joins us on the fundamentals, and Ravi Singh joins us on the technicals. Well, welcome, gentlemen. Let's begin the show, and let's take a first query, which is from Danny, who is from Mumbai. He says that he has 325 shares of Rajesh Exports brought a year back at 510 rupees a piece. What is your expert opinion? So should I hold or sell at loss now? Well, Manish, let me come to you. What are your views on Rajesh Exports?
I think there has been a lot of pressure recently on the gold stocks, basically, especially on the detailing front. It all started with Kalyan Jewelers, which took a big hit. So I think most of the players in the uh, gold retailing and gold refining space are currently under tremendous pressure. So my advice would be to stay away from this counter.
Right, and Ravi, your view on the technicals, is it right time to sell the stock or to buy more? What are your views?
See, overall structure is weak, and is rightly said that the controversy is going on, and after that we have seen major correction in this stock. So right, so for technical level, if you want to hold this, push the stop loss of 155, but my suggestion is that once it cross below 155 to take exit or any pullback. Right, so pullback, maybe you can see the level of 180 or 190 levels. Once it's reached, then definitely take exit.
That's a view on Rajesh Exports. Now we have another WhatsApp query. Hari has written to us from Dubai, and he holds 100 shares of Yatharth Hospital at 400 rupees a piece, and he's asking for a long-term view. His specific question is whether he should hold on to his shares or not. Ravi, I'll come to you on this one. What is your view on Yatharth Hospital? Because it has not seen a very good time for itself. It has in fact fallen close to 11% in the past 1 month. Where is this stock headed?
See, overall, in pharma sector, we have seen a profit booking, but Yatharth Hospital has very strong support at 370 to 365 level. So I can say that don't panic at this point of time. Just wait and watch. And the next target would be the 440 level again. And you can increase or add your position at 370 or 376 at current market price. So don't panic at this point of time, because overall structure is weak in the market. That's why we have seen some profit booking. But I think put the stop loss of long term at 350, wait for some time, add at current level, and for the target of 440 rupees.
Okay, got it. And another WhatsApp query. Tom Jose has written to us from Kerala, and he holds a lot of shares, 10,737 shares of Geo Financial Services at 285 rupees a piece. That's its average price. And he's asking what should he do, because he's currently sitting on a massive loss of close to 6 lakh rupees due to the performance of the stock. Manish, I'll take this one to you. What's your view on Geo Financial Services? Despite being such a large company, why is it not giving the kind of profits Tom Jose expected?
I think, yes, the recent correction in markets was also evident on this stock. It almost corrected from around 400 levels to presently to 20. The investor needs to understand that this business is still in a nascent stage, and most of the arms are still would take some time to show a consistent performance, be it the consumer lending business, be it the recently AMC business, which it has got permission, be it the broking business where it plans to enter. So I think all these businesses would do well if someone is willing to hold it from at least a 2-year perspective. I think all the various segments of the business are headed by the most good people in the respective segments. So I think someone willing to hold it from a longer term perspective should benefit. And I think these are the prices where one can also look to enter from a longer term perspective.
Got it. Well, we have a next caller who is Murthy from Bangalore. Hi Murthy, welcome to the show and please go ahead with your query.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead.
Hello. I am holding Vascon engineering at 60 rupees 500 shares.
Okay. And what is your query?
Vascon engineering.
Okay, and since how long you have been holding this?
This from 3 months.
Okay, so let me take it to Manish. Manish, Murthy says that he has a Vascon Engineering 500 shares at rupees 60 each, and he has a long-term view. So, I mean, any view on that? How are you seeing this counter? Is it good for Murthy to hold this counter for long term?
Unfortunately, I'm not tracking this counter very closely, but yes, I can give you an overall feel about the EPC sector which the company is into. I think in the last 2 to 3 quarters, we have seen a slowdown in capex spending, especially from the government side, due to multiple reasons, be it elections, be it the summer heat, be it the prolonged monsoon. From December onwards, the government capex has started to move upwards. And I think from here on, all these EPC players should get more orders. The performance of most of the EPC stocks had been under pressure in the last 2 to 3 quarters. But my sense is that from here on, as the government capex kicks in, they would have more orders and execution of the order would be a key for their earnings trajectory.
Manish, if not Vascon, since you're not tracking that counter, any other alternatives that you have that may help Mr. Murthy going forward?
I think from the large cap space, I think L&T looks excellent at these prices, and from a mid cap space, I would prefer A&R Constructions.
Choices, and now we will have another caller. Ramesh is joining us on the phone line. Am I right?
Rajkot, Gujarat.
Hello, hi Ramesh.
I have purchased 3,000
shares. Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
Bank shares.
Okay.
At about 12 rupees.
Okay.
I am a long-term investor.
Noted. Yes. Okay.
Want to know the future outlook, or if you suggest any change.
Okay. We understood your query, Ramesh. Manish, I'll take this one to you because Ramesh holds 3,000 shares of Yes Bank at 12 rupees a piece. That's his average price, and he is seeking a long-term opinion of yours on this one. Now, although it comes from the banking space and bank has been doing well, in fact, it is one of the most promising spaces in the stock market, but Yes Bank particularly has seen a consistent downfall since August of last year, and it does not look very promising on the charts basis how it's directed. Could you please tell me what your opinion on Yes Bank looks like, and how should Ramesh strategize his investment on this company?
I think Yes Bank on the quarterly number front were very decent in terms of be it the NPAs, the names, or the overall profit. I think the major overhang on Yes Bank at this point in time is the stake sale from SBI, wherein talks are still ongoing as per market rumors. I think the stake sale of around 26-27%, which is being held by SBI into Yes Bank to some foreign entity, I think that is a major overhang on the stock. Also, my sense is there are better banks available in the mid-cap space wherein he could just exit at profit and then move on to something like a federal bank where my sense is that in the next 2 years, you would see the ROAs as well as the NIMs improving under the leadership of Mr. KVS Manian, who has come on to from Kotak Bank.
Got it. Well, our next caller is Mahesh from Bangalore. Yes, Mahesh, welcome to the show and please go ahead with your query.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. I have a query related to Vishal Mega Mart. I have purchased some 250 shares of Vishal Mega Mart at 101 rupees. So I have done my basic research at how the company is performing in the last 5-6 quarters, and then also budget in the main sheet. So I wanted to know, like, for the next 6 months to 1 year, what is the prospect of this company? Because I've seen 126 in last 1 month, and now I'm seeing 99 on the stock. So I just wanted to understand the.
Got it. Well, since Mahesh has done, fundamental research on the stock, first let me come to Ravi. So Ravi, Mahesh from Bangalore has 250 shares of Vishal Mega Mart at 101 apiece, and he wants a view for next 6 months to 1 year. So first, let me come to Ravi. How are you seeing this counter as on chart? Whether it's right time? I mean, if he should hold it or sell it or buy it more, maybe. What's your view?
Yeah, Varsha, you are rightly said that he had done actually all the fundamental details, right? So my point is that this point of time, see, the time is not right. That's why we have seen in profit booking in this stock. But I can say that in longer term prospects, this stock have a much more potential to give the positive returns, right? So 95 is a best level to invest and average and add your position. Put the stop loss of 90 rupees, and in 6 or 8 months you can see the level of 125 to 140 level. So the potential is next 6 month or 1 year is about to 20-25% return. So I can say that just wait and watch. Let's pass this stress time and accumulate at this point of time. Hold for the long term.
Right, so Ravi says accumulate, but Manish, let me come to you. Since Mahesh has done his research, but I want to know your fundamental view or your analysis when it comes to Vishal Mega Mart that may help Mahesh going ahead.
I think Vishal Mega Mart, the best part of Vishal Mega Mart is that it has around 70 to 75% of the revenues coming from the private labels, which it has developed over the years. Also, the penetration of the stores, which are around 450 stores all over India, I think the penetration into tier 2 and beyond is much higher than tier 1 cities. As a result, the rental cost looks very minimal as compared to when someone operates in a tier 1 cities, and this is clearly been reflected in the kind of net profit which the company is generating. I think the only pain point for me in Vishal Mega Mart is the kind of valuation it is currently trading in. But my sense is that with the kind of expansion plans it has, I think my advice would be to hold this stock from at least a 1 year perspective.
Okay, got it. And now we have Abhinav. He's calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Abhinav. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Please ask away your question, Abhinav.
Yeah, sure. So as of now, I hold 7 shares of BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange. I was planning to add more as well.
Okay.
And I'm looking for a long-term view, at least for, let's say, next 2 years or more. So just wanted to get your views on BSE, because, any other stocks which are related to, let's say, markets, right? For example, Angel One and all. So what's the view there if I talk about, let's say, next 2-3 years?
Okay, next 2-3 years. Manish, I'll take your view on this one. Abhinav holds 7 shares of BSE at 5,500 rupees. The stock is currently trading around 5,100 levels. Did see a dip of close to 6% today. It comes from a very interesting space where equity investment currently is at its all-time high. Everybody is interested in investing in the stock markets. But do you think this is going to taper down a bit? The interest in the interest in investing in stock market would taper down because of the current scenario, and hence also somehow reflect on the stock price, or are you fully positive on BSE? What's your view?
I think yes, the flavor of the last 2 to 3 months has been that the companies which has been trading on a very higher valuation multiple has taken a strong beating in these kind of markets. But yes, the short term looks a little difficult to predict. But yes, if someone is willing to again hold it from a 2 to 3 year perspective, I do not find anything wrong in BSE, because the kind of financialization which is happening and the kind of penetration of capital markets, which is still at a very nascent stage in India. So my sense is, with the kind of volumes both in the cash market as well as the FNO volumes, which has taken uh, a slight shift from NSE towards BSE as well. So going forward, I feel that BSE looks good from a 2 to 3 year perspective. Talking about something like Angel One, I think amongst the all the stock broking companies, I feel Angel One at this price around 2200 again is a good bet from a longer term perspective. The kind of new client additions which have been happening in Angel One, which obviously has slowed down in the past quarter, but again, my sense is that it is also entering into the wealth management and also into the AMC business, wherein the earnings would uh, uh, start showing up in 2 to 3 quarters. So again, Angel One at around 2200 is a good long-term bet for me.
Got it. Well, moving on, our next caller is Ratish from New Mumbai. Hello Ratish, welcome to the show. Please go ahead with your query.
Hello, good evening to you. My question is on SBI, State Bank of India shares. I have got 725 shares at an average price of 714. I have a long-term view. I can hold up to 1.5, 2 years. Where do you see these share prices of SBI going in next 1.5, 2 years?
Got it. Well, thank you for that. Well, Manish, since Ratish has a long-term view and it's a fundamental question, he says that he has 700 shares of SBI at 714 per piece and he has a long-term view of 1 to 2 year. He wants to know where the share price can go in next 1 to 2 year.
I think SBI at around 700 odd levels looks fantastic from a 1 to 2 year perspective. The key points here is that it has one of the best franchises amongst the overall banking sector. And also, if we see the kind of numbers which it has posted consistently in the last few quarters, uh, I feel a bank which is making around 65,000 to 70,000 crores of profit annually consistently, and its vision is to grow this profit pool to around 1 lakh crore in the next 2 to 3 years. I think the earnings trajectory looks fantastic to me. Also, at the price of 700, if I also take this subsidiary values which SBI holds and apply some discounting to it, my sense is that subsidiary value alone is around 200 rupees. So you are getting such a big franchisee at just 500 rupees. So from a 1 to 2 year perspective, I do not feel that there is anything wrong in this counter, and one should definitely hold it from a longer term perspective.
Got it. And now we have Manish. He's calling us from Mumbai. Hi, Manish. Good evening.
Good evening. I wanted to ask about Titagar rail system.
Okay.
I bought 75 at the rate of 761.
Okay.
Today
And
it fall to 740. I'm looking for a period of 1 to 1.5 years.
understood. And when did you purchase these shares, Manish?
This 10 days back,
10
and I was also looking to buy Ramkrishna Forgings along with that.
Okay, okay, got it. And why Ramkrishna Forgings? Did somebody recommend this to you?
I think, no, that I read that Titagar rail system and Ramkrishna Forgings have a tie-up with railway to build 80,000 wheels per year for them.
Right.
Which is import substitute for
Got
India.
it. Got it. Got it. Got it.
That is why.
Okay. Okay. Ravi, Manish wants to know if this is the right time to, hold on to his shares of Titagarh Rail for next 1.5 years. Now, Ramkrishna Forgings and Titagarh Rail, they're very two good railway stocks, but have seen some kind of decline recently, especially with regards to Titagarh Rail. Morgan Stanley came today and said they would, although they maintain their overweight on the stock, but they cut their target price because they don't see a promising revenue growth for the company. As well as even Ramkrishna Forgings fell sharply quite recently. What is your technical analysis of both these companies looking like going ahead for the next, say, 2 years?
Yeah, Malika ma'am, you are rightly said that overall structure is poor. Most of the moving averages are trading at the upper side, and price are trading below for the long-term moving averages also. So overall, we have seen around to 30 to 40% correction from the higher side, right? So overall, what exactly is the lowest target? I can say that 720 to 680 levels, right? So the best level to buy or average, I can say that is 700 or 680 is the good level. But if you have a 1.5 year or 2 year long-term prospects, so I can say that better to hold at this point of time. Don't add at this current level. Wait for the 600 or 680 to 700 levels. Once it achieve the 680, then you can add whatever quantity you have, just double the quantity, increase your lot size. So the next target in next 1.5 year, I can say that in 880 to 900 level, but it will take time. Sit with the patiently so that the target will achieve. So for the risk prospects, you can just hold this stock.
So hold on the stock. Well, our next caller is KK Sharma from Chandigarh. Hi, Mr. Sharma, please go ahead with the query.
Good evening. I want to know, can I purchase the stocks of Superajit Engineering at this price?
Okay. Well, Superajit Engineering, the interesting thing, Malika, here is even though the margins improved for the company, but the revenue was not, the top line growth remained tepid because of the exports business which face volatility. But Manish, let me come to you, since Mr. Sharma wants to enter into this stock. How is the fundamental analysis looking like in Superajit Engineering? Then maybe we'll go about the technicals.
I think the overall automobile space, I think Suprajit is into auto ancillary part. So I think the overall auto space is going through some tough times, be it PVs or two-wheeler. Adding more concern is the kind of exports business which this company has and the kind of uncertainty around tariffs from the US. I think that is adding another pressure point to this stock. So my advice is that to stay away from this counter presently, unless we see some green shoots in the pickup of PV and two-wheeler sales, and also there is some clarity on the US tariff front. Until then, my advice would be to avoid this stock.
Got it. And now we have Sagar. He's calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Sagar. Good evening. Sagar, are you with us?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you absolutely clearly. Please ask your question.
Yeah, hi. So I had around 200 shares of Anantraj at 510 rupees.
Okay.
So I was planning on adding more. So is the current juncture like good to enter, or should I wait for more correction?
When did you purchase these shares, Sagar?
I got it just 2 days back.
Okay, 2 days back. And you want to add more, is it?
Yes.
Okay, and if you add more, for how long do you want to hold them?
Minimum 2 to 3 years.
Okay, so we're looking at a long-term view on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Manish, what's your view on Anantraj? Sagar holds 200 shares at 510 rupees a piece, and he's sitting on a loss of close to 5,000 in just the last 2 days. However, he's confident about the counter. He sees some potential and wants to add more. what would your advice to Sagar be?
I think Anantraj had a very stellar run. It moved closer to 900 rupees. The basic premise for this stock was the kind of data center business which it was building, and the kind of strong management guidance on the data center business. But again, my sense is that data center business would happen, but again, it is a 2 to 3 year kind of a story. And at the current price, I think most of the positives from that segment is already priced in. As far as the real estate business is concerned, I think there has been an overall slowdown in the kind of projects which most of the developers are coming in, and also the existing projects are also seeing some kind of delay in approvals from the government side. So I think the collection efficiency over there and the kind of new projects has somewhat deteriorated in the last 1 quarter or so. So my sense is that again, considering the current condition and the kind of run up this stock had in the past, I think it is better to avoid this stock at the current price of 480 levels.
So you must avoid Anantraj is a suggestion that Manish is giving you. Well, now we have Gopal. He's calling us from Haryana. Hi, Gopal. Hello, Gopal. Can you hear me?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, please ask your question.
Ma'am, I am holding a Paytm share, 300 number share,
Okay,
at the rate of 847.
understood.
And I want to add more, some 2,200 quantity more. What should I do? Should I add right now or wait for some time? Because I want to hold another 1 or 2 years. And in recent past, management told that they will come in profit in next 1 to 2 quarters. So what's your suggestion, ma'am?
Okay, Gopal, just one question. When did you invest in these shares?
Ma'am, I am continuously investing this year. Already booked profit 1.5 lakh.
Okay. So you're a veteran investor of Paytm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am investing since 300 rupees to 1,000 rupees. Sold all quantity. Now again collecting little so that I can my average will come down.
Got it. Let's take this question to Ravi. Ravi, Gopal holds 300 shares of Paytm at 847 rupees. Now, Gopal, the case here is that he's already made quite a lot of profits for himself, close to 1.5 lakh rupees with the shares that he had of Paytm before. And after the drop down that has happened due to several reasons that Paytm has gone through, Paytm shares did fall, and it was also close to 1.5% down in trade today. And it's currently trading around 720 levels. Now, Gopal wants to add around 2,000 shares more of Paytm because he is optimistic about the company, and maybe also driven by the fact that he had made profits in this company through this investment before. And Paytm also partnered with Perplexity recently to get more AI powered features. So it's doing a lot of things to revamp its style and its persona in the fintech space. What do you think about Paytm going ahead, and will Gopal be able to make the same amount of profits that he made before?
Ma'am, I can say a single line, do these strategies simple. This is strategy in only SBI because SBI is a more confident stock, right? Whatever the commitment, whatever the story, is when you are listening, then it's good. But fact is that stock is not in good in fundamental, not is good in technical levels. So I can say that you are book once profit, take it profit at your home and exit from the here and buy SBI because SBI is a more confident stock. When you stuck SBI, then you have a better opportunity to wait some time. Stock will again move to 1,000 level or 900 level. But Paytm downside risk is about to 500 rupees and now is 725. So your risk and reward is 50-50%. So I can say that listen everything, learn everything, take benefit of UPI and all this that, but don't invest in this stock.
Got it. Well, moving on, our next caller is Santosh from Delhi. Hi Santosh, welcome to the show. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Please go ahead with your query.
I have 100 shares of HAL and 1 month back I buy. What should I do? Should I hold or should I sell?
Okay, so let me go to Manish. Manish, Santosh, who's from Delhi, he says that he has 500 shares of HAL which he has bought at 3,525, 535 a piece. He wants your view for should he hold the shares or should he sells it. Well, interesting thing is Elara Capital actually sees 44 to 57% of upside in HAL. What are your views? What should Santosh do?
I think all the PSU stocks in the last 2 quarters or so has taken a severe beating because the kind of multifold returns it had generated since COVID. As far as HAL is concerned, I think my view remains positive. I feel that the defense story is a long-term play, and also it has the government support wherein it wants most of the defense equipment to be indigenized, and also it is promoting the export of the defense equipments as well. HAL in the past, I think, has taken a beating on two fronts. One was execution, wherein it did not receive the engines from its vendor in the US. So the execution part was hampered. And again, it was a bearing on the overall PSU space as well. At the current price of around 32, 32.50, I feel the valuation comfort has also come back again. And from here on, I think the kind of order book which HL is hitting on, I think the earnings trajectory would be closely correlated with the execution. I believe HAL from a long-term perspective is clearly a hold for me.
Got it. It's a hold on HAL. And now we have Ram. He's calling us from Chennai. Hi Ram, good evening.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
Please ask away your question.
Yeah, I'm holding 30 shares of Dr. Reddy, average price of 1,212.
Okay.
So I am seeing that daily the price is getting high and getting low. So till I wait till it will get low, or it is the right time to add more stock. So I am looking for long term.
Okay. Just confirming one thing, 30 shares or 31 shares?
31 shares.
31 shares. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Manish, let's take your view on Dr. Reddy's and then I'll also take this to Ravi later to understand how the stocks are performing. But Manish, what's your view on Dr. Reddy's per se? Because the stock has seen a swing, like a roller coaster ride in the past 1 year. Even Ram mentioned it, that it has seen its own upside and then downside. What's happening with the company, and do you think being a pharmaceutical company in an environment where Trump tariffs are hardly impacting countries all over, do you think this company could take an impact and be beaten?
I think the issue with Dr. Reddy's initially, not just Dr. Reddy's, the overall pharma space which were exporting to the US, was the kind of subdued pricing for the generic drugs in the US. In the last 2 quarters, we have seen that the generic pricing in the US has improved. But now, again, the threat has come off the tariffs from the US, which is weighing heavily on most of the pharma stocks which are exporting to the US. As far as the fundamentals are concerned, I do not see any major negatives in DRL at this point in time. The kind of profitability, the kind of return ratios, the healthy ROE, ROC, I feel it's a good stock from a long-term perspective. One just needs to be wary about the kind of news flows which is coming from the US. The fundamentals of the company remains intact. So my view is hold it from a long-term perspective.
so good fundamentals of Dr. Reddy's. But Ravi, what would your target price for the next 2 years for Dr. Reddy's be? Very quickly.
Definitely is upside, but I can say that if you want to accumulate or if you want to buy fresh, then wait for the 1080 to 1070 level. That is risk reward ratio is better. And again, we can see the 1400 to 1450 levels in 1.5 years.
Okay, got it. And gentlemen, we'll have to slip into a short break, but viewers, keep sending in your queries on WhatsApp and as well as call in on the numbers that is flashing on your screen. We'll be right back for Ask Profit only on NDTV Profit.
Very warm welcome to you all for this NDTV Profit Conclave, which is themed on Viksit Bharat.
A life which is both taking care of your material needs and taking care of your altruistic needs. That will be the true definition of Viksit Bharat.
In my view, we are already out of that slowdown.
For every anlom, you have to have vilom. You can't just keep doing up and up in the breading also. You have to come down. So the correction and healthy correction is a very, very integral part of the market.
The private capital expenditure, from where I sit, I see that private capital expenditure is happening.
Any tariff coming on Indian goods will be passed on to American consumers and Indian companies will not be affected.
We feel fairly good about the fact that we can compete with various folks.
Actually, instead of Viksit Bharat, we should call it Re-Viksit Bharat.
भाषण सुना उसके बाद मेरा पहला एक्रोनिम निकाला मैंने, वो था RRR, रिस्पॉन्सिबल, रिफॉर्मिस्ट, और मैंने कहा रिवॉल्यूशनरी। हाउ डिड यू अराइव एट दिस नंबर ऑफ 12 लाख रुपीस?
हमें लगता है टैक्स पेयर उस लेवल नंबर से टैक्स भर रहा है, क्या उनको हम कुछ कर सकते हैं?
प्राइवेट सेक्टर कैपेक्स अभी तक वो इन्वेस्ट क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं, जबकि आपका इकोनॉमिक सर्वे ही बताता है कि वो कैश पाइल पे बैठे हुए हैं।
अगर कंजम्पशन बढ़ता है और उसके तहत लगता है कि ग्रेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट का पॉसिबिलिटी है, वो भी अच्छा ट्रिगर हो सकता है।
एआई बहुत तेजी से आ रहा है, तो जॉब के चैलेंजेस होंगे, स्किल के चैलेंज पहले से हैं, तो जो ट्रांजिशन पीरियड का स्ट्रगल है, नौकरी मुझे अभी चाहिए।
पूरे साल का एक्सपोजर दिलाने के लिए हम इंटर्नशिप प्रोग्राम ले आए और इसके साथ साथ इस बजट में भी ट्रेनिंग फॉर एआई, इसके लिए सेंटर्स बनाए हैं।
Do you really know the company you invest in? What's the picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know your company, powered by NDTV Profits Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market.
Welcome back and you're watching Ask Profit. Well, our next caller is from Karnataka, Abhijit. Abhijit from Karnataka. Hello Abhijit. Please go ahead with your query.
I am holding a KA Industries share of 530 numbers at the average price of 3491.
Okay, I was actually waiting that someone will ask about KEI Industries. But before heading to our guest about this query, we all know that Ultratech have announced entry into cables and wire space, which has rattled the stocks. KEI Industries breaches 20% levels. In fact, we spoke to Anil Gupta, who is the CMD at KEI Industries, about what impact this will have on KEI Industries. Listen in.
I don't think it will have any impact on the existing well-entrenched cable companies. Reason is that Ultratech will take another 3 years to come into the market, another few years to establish themselves as a brand and their channels. Secondly, the market is growing significantly by 13 to 15% every year. And by the time they come, the market would have grown by almost 70% and almost double. So there is a space for another entrant for another 5 to 10,000 crore market share. And I don't think it is going to impact our growth and our margins.
Well, the management doesn't feel that entry of Ultratech will affect KEI Industries, but let's see what our guest says. So Manish, coming to you before I go to Ravi for the technicals, what are your views when it comes to KEI Industries and of course the other counters in the overall cables and wires sector?
I think the entry of Ultratech into the cable and wireless industry through a 1800 crore capex, I think the plant would be ready by 2026 in Gujarat. The kind of history Ultratech had, especially if you consider the paint business, wherein again the disruption was there and most of the paint companies are still under pressure, the kind of entry which Ultratech did in the paint industry. Here, I think the scenario is a little different because the kind of distribution network which needs to be set up, I think the cement distribution was very in-linked with the kind of distribution the paint business required. But I think the customer profile in the cable and cable and wire business is different. So distribution setup would take time, and it is again 2 years away, the production and the commissioning of the plant. But yes, the sentimental reaction which we saw in the overall cable and wire space was, I think, bloodbath in the overall space over there. So my sense is, though I think from a 2-year perspective, wherein the plant would start, there are no major negatives. So I think the earnings trajectory of the existing players would not deteriorate as much in the next 2 years. So I believe that it would be prudent to hold this stock because I think there is nothing wrong with this stock and the kind of EBITDA margin and the kind of market share it has both in the cables as well as the wire business. So my sense is hold it. I think the correction today was more of a sentimental reaction to me.
Got it. Well, Ravi, since Abhijit has a short-term view on the stock and we saw that the stock is down almost 20%, how is the counter looking at looking on charts? And since the stock is down 20%, what are your views? One should enter it or one should accumulate it more since Abhijit already has this shares, or you'll ask him to sell it out?
At this point of time, my suggestion is don't enter this stock and take exit from this stock, because overall, if you talk about the industry wise, then in this stock we have seen 3-month 30% correction, 1 day is 20% correction, but earlier history is totally different. 3-year 200% return and 5-year is 500% return, and now the scenario is totally changed. long-term supports are break. So I can say that stock will correct more. It can touch the level of 2500 to 2200 levels. So better for short-term or 6-month investor should take exit, and also make a distance at least 1 or 2 months, because once consolidation is going on, then we can look into this stock. But overall industry is looking weak, so I can say that not in this stock also. Even you can make distance from a diamond cable also, and a diamond power also, universal cable and paramount. So all structure are weak.
Got it, got it. Interesting view on the cable space, and now we'll move on. Ramesh is calling us from Chennai. Hi Ramesh, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Please
Thanks
ask your
for having me
question.
in the call.
Most welcome.
So my query is about Varun Beverages. I'm just tracking the stock for quite some time. So like I was just waiting for it to come down to 450. Actually today it did, but still I'm thinking whether to invest at this point of time, because apart from ROE and other fundamentals, like I'm just worried about most of the other fundamentals. So like I'm just thinking whether to invest at this point of time. Still the Reliance Campa Cola is also coming into the market very aggressively nowadays. So like I'm just wondering whether how this stock will perform in the future, means like say like 5 to 10 years.
Okay, 5 to 10 years. Okay, a very long term horizon. Got it. I'll take your question to Manish. Manish, our viewer from Chennai, he wants to know whether this is the right time to enter Varun Beverages. Now, being a massive, gigantic beverage company, there's a lot of competition, especially in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities. And the stock has fallen close to its 52-week low, was down around 6% in trade today. And the fact that, Ramesh has seen a couple of fundamental factors before buying this. Do you think it is still the right time to buy shares of Varun Beverages?
I think Varun Beverages is feeling the heat of the competitive intensity which has come into the overall carbonated drink space, especially from Campa Cola, as the viewer rightly said. I think Varun Beverages is well aware of this fact, and also it is trying to strategize by moving into the milk-based products as well, and also trying to differentiate itself from some by coming out with some other products as well. But again, as you rightly said, the competitive intensity is pretty high in this space, and at the current price also, I think Varun Beverages almost trails at a 60x P multiple on a TTM basis. So I think that is also pretty high considering the current situation in the overall markets. So my sense is it is better to avoid the counter currently until and unless some new initiatives come about from the company. So my view is avoid this stock.
Got it. Well, next query is from Sanjay, who is from Surat. Hi Sanjay, please go ahead with your query.
Yes, good evening everybody. I am Sanjay calling from Surat.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes. I am holding 100 shares of Bandhan Bank at the rate of 320.
Okay.
Now my first question is there any fundamental issue with this bank? Because I have seen 700 plus level in this bank, and now it is trading at the 140 level. So what is the matter with this bank?
Okay.
And my second question is it advisable to average out at this level? Because I am a long-term investor. I can hold it for 1 and 2 years. So fundamental and technical, both point of view, I want to know what is the better strategy for me.
Got it. Well, Sanjay has a fundamental and technical question. So he's saying that he has Bandhan Bank shares, 100 shares of Bandhan Bank at 320 a piece. Now, Manish, let me come to you for his fundamental question. So what he's asking is that, is there any fundamental issue with the bank? Because we're seeing the stock is, stock is under pressure. In fact, in last 6 months, the stock was down almost 30%. So is there any fundamental issue with the bank? Should he hold it or should he sell it? Considering the fundamental analysis, and next I can go to Ravi for the technical aspect also.
I think as far as the fundamentals are concerned, I think the bank has been under pressure, especially due to the exposure to the MFI space, which has seen a lot of stress in the last 3-4 quarters. I think most of the companies operating in the MFI space has been continuously increasing their provisions, and that has impacted the earnings as well as the NPAs for most of the companies operating in that space, including Bandhan Bank. If I talk about Bandhan Bank, the gross NPA is around 5%, which is pretty high by any standards. So I think Bandhan Bank has been a big duggard in the overall banking space. My view is exit Bandhan Bank and move into something like an SBI or Axis Bank, wherein the valuation comfort is there and also the earnings trajectory looks much better than Bandhan Bank from a 1 to 2 year perspective.
Move from Bandhan Bank to SBI or Axis Bank. Well, Ravi, just a short answer. He was asking whether he should average out or whether he should sell the stock. Your views?
Ma'am, I can say single line, don't love stocks, love only the profit. So my point is that just exit and switch another stocks is 200 rupees is Bank of Baroda. You can also, but yeah, Axis and SBI is good, but you can, if you want to switch in a smaller bank, then Bank of Baroda is also one of the option.
Okay, okay. And gentlemen, just a request to the two of you to keep your answers short because we have a lot of callers and less time. Kumar is joining us from Bangalore. Hi, Kumar.
I'm Dr. Kumar from Bangalore.
Good evening.
Yeah, I have 10,000 shares of Infosys, which I bought over a period of maybe 30-40 years because I'm 70 years old now. Okay. Average price of 384.
Okay.
Now, every day it's falling, so I was not planning to sell it, but should I sell is the question.
Okay, okay, got it, got it.
I have not booked any profits.
Okay, understood. So I'm actually confused which one to ask this question to because such a massive profit. Prashant, Manish, I'll take this question to you. Kumar holds 10,000 shares of Infosys at 384, is sitting on a great corpus of close to 1 crore rupees. Do you think he should book his profits right now because IT is going through a lot of pain at the moment? Please give away your suggestion.
I think with the kind of profit he's sitting on, I think, yes, definitely he should at least book half of the profit here and move into something where the valuation comfort is there. At this point in time, the most preferred space is the banking space where the valuation comfort is there. So my suggestion would be there is nothing wrong in Infi, but with the kind of profit he's sitting, book 50% and move into the banking space where Axis Bank and SBI looks very good to me.
Got it. Well, our next caller is Praveen from Pune. Hi Praveen, please go ahead with your query.
Madam, I got a 550 shares of retail at about 510. I bought just 6 months back. So, what's in 2-3 years whether I will be able to get my price or something?
Praveen, just wanted to confirm you have 50 shares of Railtel at 510 per piece. Am I right? Praveen, can you hear us? Okay, so we have a audio drop, but let's take this query. Manish, Praveen from Pune says that he has a 50 shares of Railtel at rupees 510. What should he do? He should hold or sell it. You know, considering the yesterday also they had got almost 150 crores of order and taking the order book to around 5,000 crores odd. So your view, Manish, what would you advise to Praveen?
I think yes, the company has recently had an order. The order book looks strong, but again, the only part from here on is the execution. I think as the execution progresses, the earnings would improve. But the kind of valuation it is still trading at around 35 peak multiple on a TTM basis, I think that looks a little expensive to me. And my suggestion is to exit the stock and move into the banking space or the chemical sector, where the valuation and the earnings trajectory looks good to me. Also, one thing which needs to be kept in mind is after COVID, these sectors which had performed in this rally would not be the same in the next leg of the bull run, which might happen in the near future. So I think that should be also kept in mind.
Right. Well, Manish and Ravi, thank you so much for joining and answering all the queries. We value your time and we'll see you again. And viewers, thank you so much for tuning in to Ask Profit only on NDTV Profit. You can continue to send in your queries on the WhatsApp numbers and call in as we take your queries live. And for more news and updates, stay tuned to NDTV Profit.
Very warm welcome to you all for this NDTV Profit Conclave, which is themed on Viksit Bharat.
A life which is both taking care of your material needs and taking care of your altruistic needs. That will be the true